The brothers Terry are family. Sadly, that does not mean they are family friendly. This podcast almost certainly contains language that will offend their mother, and probably yours. Sorry, moms. Also, their opinions that you probably don't care about may or may not be shared by those who sponsor this podcast.
And I think today it should be Russ.
What do I say?
However-
No time like bro time. Cue that theme song.
Okay, but this time, don't
Don't
pull
lean back away from the mic.
Don't pull away from the mic. Do you want to just, for the hell of it, can we have a do-over?
Yeah.
There's no time like bro time. Cue that theme song.
Cue that theme song.
It's so quiet. God, I don't know how to fix that.
What if we just sorry.
Who did that? See,
He's going deaf, you asshole.
Oh shit.
no, see, but now that you guys have headphones, you can hear the difference, huh?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I need to keep messing around with this shit.
What you need to do is put in earplugs, and we're just going to scream the whole fucking podcast.
How's that?
Okay, I'm jumping into host mode now because I just feel like I'm kind of all over the place.
From NPR.
One of us needs to be in host mode, and that it should be you because you're just better at it.
Yeah, and we
Let's
kind
be
of
real.
established last time that you guys were okay with that, and so
And that you're
that's
putting
me.
it on. Yeah. Hit it.
I'm Jamie. I'm the oldest brother, Terry, and my shoe size is 12 and a half to 11 and a half, depending on the maker.
I'm Steven, the middle brother, and my shoe size is at least an inch longer than Jamie's.
I'm Russ, the youngest brother, and mine's about 12-ish.
About 12-ish.
About 12-ish.
We
Very
ain't talking
nice.
about shoes, bud.
All right. I was talking about shoes. What were you guys talking about?
Rulers.
Nasty.
Rulers. Yeah.
Rulers. It's about
What are
12.
you thinking?
Sorry.
Robert?
Okay, so this is episode 1 of No Time Like Bro Time podcast.
We're back.
We are back because we
Made it.
did an episode 0. It was a little unconventional, but it was good because it helped us get in the flow. So before we actually jump into the podcast, I have a couple housekeeping notes from last time.
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping, you want pillow? So I just had a couple of notes from episode 0 that I needed to go over. We're brothers. It's important to keep a clean house, so we're gonna do these housekeeping notes. First of all,
I have some as well when you're done, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We do you have some too?
We'll see.
Okay. So we have a goal for this podcast. Just taking notes from last time. I know we all did. So my notes, sniffing into the mic. I got good feedback from people that I actually care to get feedback from, and mic sniffs. Yeah. Sniffing into the mic was a little much for some people to listen to. So this episode and moving forward, I guaranteed them 90% less mic sniffing. I know that's a tall order, boys, because it's cold season and we're mouth breathers, but
I'm just tilting my head back, letting all that sniff go down.
yeah,
That's how I gotta say.
that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Put the mics on the ceiling and look up.
Instinct told me to just stare you dead in the eye and give you a prominent sniff right now, but I stopped myself.
You know
We're
what?
already doing better.
You know what though? Give me one.
Yeah?
Whoa.
That was good.
Okay, but since we're doing 90% less, that is the only
That is the
sniff
one-
we
yeah.
can have for the entirety of the show. That was my first note. My second note that I had here is cursing. So when we got together, I knew we would be so comfortable with each other because we curse like sailors.
We got a little too comfortable last time. We were just really excited and caffeinated.
We're just so comfortable with each other that our language just flows out.
I do want to add that was Mom's big criticism too. She said some of it was necessary, but a lot of it was.
She told me the same thing. I was so
much.
surprised by that. I actually went through the episode and I counted each one of our curses.
Of course you did.
Of course.
Yeah, because I was just curious at how much we cursed. How many curses? The episode was about 59 minutes, not counting the intro songs and the. If you're gonna sit that far back,
Pull your mic
it
with
is
you.
okay. You
Yeah,
can
sit back
just
for
pull
comfort.
your.
There you go.
Yeah, be comfortable because we're gonna be here for a minute, but just be sure the mic is there. I just did it.
You did it. Even I leaned away.
I saw Russell lean away, but then
And I did right into it. Sorry.
You got your nose right up on that cush, dude.
Okay, but bringing us back on course, the cursing. So we had about 60 just under 60 minutes. So we'll call it 60 minutes of us talking. How many curse words, Russell, do you think was in that 60 minutes?
That we all said, or that I just said?
Total, overall episode total.
163.
Oh, you're funny. I'm thinking like high 200s.
Wow. I'm not going to guess because I know the total. But
Who was closer?
overall, neither of you. Actually, you were closer.
Yeah.
Overall, there were 121 curses in a 60-minute episode.
Holy shit.
That's more. That's more than 2 curses per minute of show.
To clarify, is that curses in general or just F-bombs or
So that's fuck, shit, damn, hell, God, Jesus, ass, and bitch.
get it out?
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
So any curse at all, even the small ones like hell and damn, I took a tally of each, but then I broke them down per curse word. So what are you saying over there?
I was asking Russell if he heard me sip my coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
trying to be more mindful.
You can hear everything, and it's okay. Just give it one of these.
That was
It's a little less there,
still
but it's
pretty
still
loud.
there. It's still good.
It is there, like it. Yeah, you can hear it all.
I don't know what it was, if I just had a crap ton of coffee beforehand or what, but that was one of my notes too. It was like, listening to the last episode, I was like, this is more than I feel my normal, like day to day, like
Me
usual
too.
amount of cursing. And it was
I
just
curse.
strange.
I curse a lot day to day, but I felt like in the episode itself it was a lot. But it's because I'm so comfortable around you guys that for some
it may have just
reason
been a weird moment,
we were
weird
hyper,
day. Yeah.
and we were excited, and I
You're
don't know.
having fun.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not,
really
it's
what
not
it
that
was.
I don't want to curse or anything, but be assured that moving forward, less so.
I don't want to call you out or make you self-conscious because there's nothing wrong with that, but that's why we had an episode 0 so we could get an idea of a baseline.
I
And
was just
think
gonna say that, exactly.
I think 41 fucks is a little too many fucks.
That's good.
I wanted to look you dead in the eye and say fuck that, but
You absolutely can't.
Let's
but,
all sit,
But
say some extra prayers this week.
I'm gonna do a nasty. Hold on.
Wait,
Sorry,
can you do that again?
I have a cold. Yeah. Oh,
You only muted yours,
mine.
you fuck.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. If you guys want to take like a quick break to sniff some mucus because it's cold season, it has to be done. Let's do it.
Okay.
Just let me know,
Let's
and I'll
preface it with, I'm gonna do a nasty.
I'm gonna do a nasty. I like that. But do you want me to remute so we can all do one more nasty? One more nasty.
No, I got my nasty.
Yeah,
out.
I'm out.
I need one more. I'm sorry.
It's a good nasty.
So yeah, those were just my 2. We're gonna have 90% less mic sniffing and 30% less cursing.
That's fair. That's an attainable number.
Exactly. So what did anyone else have any before we jump back into the meat of the episode? Did anyone have any other housekeeping notes?
Housekeeping, I did. I
do you
had
got?
some. So,
He's got a bunch.
yeah.
How long
But
is this list? I don't want to.
There's only I have 15 bullet points, but
You have 15 bullet points.
As I explained to you-
allocated 5 minutes for this
for
session.
sure. But
for this
I
section.
I don't want to spend. I don't want this half the episode to be dedicated to like you know correcting or defending ourselves for the last one or anything like that. But I
'cause we
did
don't-
make some notes. I noticed a lot of
Thank you.
things like movie lines and other things like that. Things that we said a lot of in the last episode that we ourselves know, but I thought about it from the standpoint of a listening audience who doesn't know us and talk to us daily.
That's a good note.
I want to be able to elaborate on stuff like that. Like, I don't want to every single time we quote a movie line or something and be like, oh, by the way, that's a movie. But I do feel we need to be mindful of that and kind of elaborate for those who might not know what we're talking. Especially like for example, the 3 South joke I made last time, the really stupid.
Yeah, nobody's going to get that.
Yeah, really stupid vagina joke I made last time.
It was
It's
a butt
not-
joke.
Yeah,
Get out of their butts.
yeah. It's not me being like super immature. I mean, yeah, kind of, but at the same time,
In your
in my defense, it comes from a very obscure show that didn't last an entire season on MTV when we were kids, and we just happened to love the bit that was aired, and we quote it all the time. But
And that's a little bit my bad. I think I edited out a part where we mentioned it was from 3 South. So that's my bad.
I do say the word 3 South in the.
I know you don't actually think ladies pee out of their butts.
Of course, but just to elaborate and put a stamp on it moving forward.
See the face you're making, Russ?
I need to put that onto a mic somehow.
Yeah, you need to make those into words.
You do. Try to make maybe don't put it into words, but at least try to make a sound, like make an audible face.
Do that. Okay, the face you were making, make a sound for it right now.
How's that?
It's perfect.
That's what we wanted. That was it.
I'm like I said, I don't want to talk
on.
about this forever. I'm going to put a stop to it right now. I just want to say, moving forward, for you, the listening audience, if you do hear something you don't understand or seems out of context or out of place in what the subject of what we're talking about, it's most likely 90% of the time a movie line or a TV line that we quote
Absolutely.
frequently. So just keep that in mind.
That's us. That's the Brothers Terry.
Exactly.
That's movie lines and inside jokes.
Yeah.
But
Those are scrambled
24/7.
into the opinions of ours that you don't care about.
that's a good note. Did you have others you wanted to cover?
I do, and I don't want to cover
all 15?
No.
Jesus.
I don't want to
Okay.
cover all 15 at once.
Tune in next week to hear what you came
Yeah,
here for.
sorry,
This
guys.
week, we're just going to listen to Steven's notes.
No, it was just other things.
I don't mean to rush you. I'm kidding.
Just other things like there were wow. Russell just looked at his watch like a dick.
Trying to see what time it is.
Good timing. It was just other things like I felt like I sounded kind of just kind of insincere or insensitive, I should say, about my kids and stuff like that. Like there's one part specifically where you were asking me like, oh, you must it must be the birth of your first child must be amazing. And I just went, like an idiot. Like, of course it was. I just wanted to kind of, I'm trying to keep my kids out of this as much as I can. You know what I mean? And so like, it took me off guard last time. And so it's like, and I mentioned a few things about my kids, like, oh, they don't listen to me, and all these other like it sounded worse than I ever meant.
And we went from jokes about they pee out of their butts to talking about this heartfelt moment, and it was one extreme to the other. And so it's kind of hard to just pull that wall down all of a sudden and be like emotional and raw. I get it.
I want to put my foot down on that. This is just for myself. This is just for Steven. And for the listening audience, but I wanted to be like, I love my kids more than anything. I would die for my children, but I just want to be careful about exactly what I say about them on the podcast.
Initially, I was going to cut that out, but I thought it was so funny that I left it.
It was really funny.
That's a good point. It does make you. It did. I can see how that would make it come across as if you like didn't care about your kid, which isn't true. You're a fantastic father, and your kids love you.
Why, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. So moving forward, let's just try to elaborate on the things that
that is
probably
a good note.
need to be more elaborate on.
Yeah, because we know what we're talking about, but people listening are like,
yeah,
what?
Like the dad face. It can be an ambiguous thing, but at the same time, people may not know it was from a not very successful Robin Williams and what's the kid's name? Anton Yelchin movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It comes from House of D, and like we use it so frequently, it looks like Jamie even forgot it came from a movie.
I completely forgot.
That's what
I
I'm
thought
saying.
that was a Brothers Terry original.
Or things like Rattlesnake Rapids. If assuming that most of our fan base comes from Utah right now, that's from a theme park,
most people should know what that is.
like our local theme park. But just in case this ever picked up and people outside of Utah don't know what the hell we're talking about,
Yeah.
So just elaborate. That's the point. I'll put my foot down. Period. Let's stop talking about this.
Can I be real with you for a minute? Those are much better notes from you than I was expecting.
Hey, me too.
Good job. Russ, did you have any housekeeping notes?
I don't know if we were going to get to it later, but me and Steven both talked to Mom, and I found out that you're the perfect child. Steven's the panic child, and I was the pain child.
I have notes on specifically why he was the pain child too.
I talked to her this morning.
I do.
Yeah. That's how Mom put it this morning.
Yeah, Mom's elaboration was, I asked her, well, like, why? What makes him pain child? She says, well, A, he was such a pain to deal with. B, he was the third, so he was the hardest one because everything with two is easier than it's like Jim Gaffigan says, here's what it's like to have, 3 kids. Is imagine you're drowning with your 2 children and then someone hands you a baby. And then her words right here, one of my favorite, my favorite touch at the end here. She says, he is the reason I don't have 4 children.
That's exactly what she told me this morning. She said, don't get mad or sad, but this is how it goes. And I like how we're all peas.
Yeah, and that.
Oh my God!
When I
didn't think
asked,
about that.
well, when I asked Mom, well, what was Russell? She told me the same thing. Oh, he was pain. It's like, oh, why? She's like, so it could be 3 Ps. It's like, oh, okay. She didn't elaborate as much as she did with you guys. That's good.
Funny.
Well, good job. We all did our homework.
We did.
That was your only housekeeping note.
Yep.
That's good housekeeping. Now that housekeeping's over, let's get into the meat of the show. Let's talk about the story that we plugged last time, which is destroying our neighbor's backyard. The way I think we should go about it is each telling our side of the story and what we remember. And do you care if I start just because my memory
Hit it.
terrible. So I'm going to give like the vaguest overview and
then we'll tell you how you're wrong.
yeah, and you guys can tell me how it actually happened because I legitimately have a terrible memory. So we were little kids, and our neighbors had done a ton of work in their backyard, and they built this monument.
Sorry.
He did a nasty into
did
the
a
mic. So they built this monumental like jungle gym, really cool, like at the time very new playhouse, and it had they installed a new trampoline.
It was rad.
Yeah,
They had it above ground, and then they turned it into is that just it's not an underground trampoline? What are they called when they're like level with the ground?
they just lowered it level with the ground. I don't know if there's an appropriate term for that.
As a kid, those are so much cooler.
Yeah, because they're right there on the ground. They're a little safer.
Yeah.
You feel like you can do tricks right on and
I
off
feel like
of the
if you
trampoline.
flip up your sweet flips, you're gonna not roll off the side and break your neck.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And so they had all that, and it looked like a dream. Like it looked like a professional city park almost compared to like the shitty aluminum swing
Compared to
sets
anything
that
else
were
in the
falling
shitty
apart
crabgrass
in the-
neighborhood.
Yeah, right. Like seriously, and so with all of that came all this landscaping they were doing, and they just made their yard look immaculate and beautiful. And there was like this cement trim that was maybe 3 or 4 inches wide and a couple inches high that just kind of trimmed out along the edges of their bushes and the yard or the grass in the yard, and it was just like freshly poured the evening before. I remember being fascinated with the cement that was wet, but not wanting to touch it, but going close to it and looking at it, and then wondering if it would hold anyone's weight. Did I encourage anyone to walk on that?
I don't remember a lot about that. I remember
This is how I remember it, is every time we were allowed to go play at everybody's yard, but Mom's rule and most of the neighbors' rules were that we knock on the door first and ask permission. So I remember doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And I specifically remember Rob saying, or maybe
We asked for permission?
fuck, I did. I don't know about you guys.
I think it was the missus that we talked to, but not because.
Hey, look at him with the misses instead of names. Good job, bud.
Thanks.
Anyway, came to the door. No, she, pretty sure it was her. She said, "Hey, the cement is still at like, yes, you could play on the trampoline." She didn't want to be like a rude neighbor, be like, "No, the stupid neighborhood kids, get out of here." She's like, "Of course you can play. Just the cement is not dry. Do not touch the cement." We were like, "Okay, cool." And so I remember that, like. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing you have any fascination with the wet cement. I don't remember having one myself or Russell or anything like that. But the only thing I remember is jumping on the tramp and like thinking in my head like she made a very serious face like, "Don't touch the cement." So I just stayed on the trampoline,
Oh, but it was Russell that walked on it, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
believe Russell started it, yes, and then I do.
Did I do it too and then blame Russell? Was I walking on it? Does anyone remember me walking on it?
I don't remember you walking. I just remember doing like the airplane thing.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say-
balancing.
Yes,
That's all I remember
I have a
doing.
vague image in my mind of Russell doing that specifically.
Yeah, me
with
too.
The airplane
That's
thing,
how I
but
see it.
I don't. I'm sorry. I still don't like when I think about it. I don't remember you there, and I feel bad because if you were, that means
Was I not there and I'm just picturing it?
I don't know.
I honestly don't remember.
No, I was there because I specifically remember when it crumbled. I remember when
I do too, and so
When-
like
you're
that was very clear.
Yeah,
So-
Russell's balancing, doing his arms outstretched. He's got the balance beam. He's walking, and then all of a sudden he takes a step and it crumbles out from under your foot. And I just remember thinking how cool that was because for some reason, when you're a kid, destroying things is so cool. But that first crumble should have been like, whoa, we did a bad, and we should have stopped. But when it broke, I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Keep going.
You were there. I just got a picture of like in my mind of you walking behind Russell, but specifically with your green cargo shorts and your parted in the middle bleached
Blonde,
yellow hair.
Bleached, yeah.
Right when you said like the crumb, like yeah, that just
Okay,
came to
I'm
mind.
glad
There you
we've
go.
established that I was
Jamie
there and
was
a part of this.
there, and sorry, Rob.
Sorry. Sorry, Rob.
I am so sorry.
I really am, because that's the next thing I remember is after we had a couple more steps and a couple more crumblies, I remember his face. He comes running out and just the look of pure agony, like, holy crap, hours and hours of work.
Well, knowing him,
Who knows how much
he didn't
money.
hire it out. I'm sure he did it himself too.
Oh yeah, such a hardworking guy. Such a some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Seriously, so sorry, Rob.
No, and looking back on it now, is anyone having a weird like
Yeah,
humming?
I hear. I thought that was my tinnitus kicking in.
Hold up.
I hear the same thing, and I thought, shit, Jamie's got
Yeah,
tinnitus.
dude,
Now I
we
have it
all
too.
fucking have
we
it.
all just hypochondriac to that.
But yeah, they're the nicest people, and I just remember his face like, holy crap! Because who knows how much it costs? I have no idea, but
Yeah,
it
you
can't
want
be
him-
expensive.
I thought, because I remember Dad getting really
Cheap.
mad at us. I'm not gonna like. I remember Dad getting really mad at us for that after getting a phone call from our neighbor, and then I in part of doing our homework, I asked Dad if he remembered this story, and he said, "Yeah, I do." And I was like, how much did you have to pay him for that? I'm so sorry. I didn't think about it as a kid, you know. And Dad was like, he didn't want any money. He didn't make me pay for it at all. He just wanted me to know that you guys did it, and
Yeah, Rob just wanted Dad to know that even though he told us not to do it, we specifically did that.
right.
Rob wanted Dad to beat the shit out of us. Is what Rob wanted.
No, like Dad says, I don't know if he wanted like to make the point of I'm such a caring person that I don't expect you to pay for this, or if that he was like, I want you to know that your kids are, hellions or
Devils.
what. Yeah. But I was surprised by that actually, because like me as a father, I'd be chasing that dollar. You kidding me? I'd be like, you owe me more money for emotional trauma, if anything.
Right? Yes.
So did we finish our recollection of the concrete story?
Man, that's just the end I remember was him coming out and his faith, and then I remember Dad being super pissed about it. He was not thrilled.
Very mad at Russ.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't remember being punished at all for that.
You probably did blame it on me.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Maybe
Not intentionally, but or maybe in I don't know.
yeah, I intentionally blamed a lot of stuff on my younger sibling. That's an older sibling thing. Sorry, boys.
It happens.
Sorry, Rob, but more sorry,
Sorry,
Russ and
boys.
Steven. I think I dodged the bullet on those punishments there. There weren't a whole lot of like spankings in the house, but
No,
were there?
I did.
Russell's like, yeah, but that's because he was blamed for everything. It's because he was
Not wanting-
pain. So.
Not meaning to change the subject or move on to the next thing or anything, but this would be a good segue to bring up one of my notes, which was my opinion, my idea of Jamie's rare hat.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Not your rare hat, but like you were asking us last time, like ways that you were a dick, so to speak.
I wasn't asking to call me out on like my shit. I just was like wondering if there's like an inside joke. But if we're done, is that it? Are we done with is that the story?
Sorry, Rob.
Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, we should officially. Sorry, we did that.
On the
really
record.
sorry if we never said it before as kids. We're very
Yeah,
sorry.
As
Now that we're
kids-
older and somewhat successful,
Successful, dude. I'm successful.
You call me, we'll pay for it. Maybe.
Yeah, if you could do yearly installments,
Yeah,
I
right.
could easily pay you $30 a year.
Easy.
Right.
Easy 30 a year,
Yeah.
dude.
And so
Is it still like that?
Get a GoFundMe.
Or did he ever get it fixed? Do you
I was
guys
gonna
remember?
go look at it,
Yeah, I
but I
want
didn't
to
have
now.
time.
It did dry like that, but I'm pretty sure he fixed it later.
I'm sure he's very handy. I'm sure he took care of it.
But do you remember returning like a week or so later with shame, but still like a giant ambition to jump on the tram? Just like, can I please jump on your tram? I'm so sorry about last week, kind of thing.
Quick side
And
note,
it was dried.
When you said that they make tramps safer by putting them to the ground, I sprained my arm on Kyle's tramp and his was on the ground too. You remember that?
You know what they need to do then?
Did you?
They need to put them lower. They need to put them
Into
like
the ground.
lower,
Into the
15
ground.
feet
You have
into
to
the
jump
ground.
to get out.
Yep,
Getting into the least safe part.
that's right.
But side
Did
note.
you sprain your arm when you were a kid?
Yeah, I tried to do a front flip off of it and I sprained my left arm. Remember? You guys both walked me home. I was crying. And you were
Where?
both like, whoa.
So many things ended
Kyle's
that way,
house?
though. That
That is true. No, yeah.
I remember my sprained arm. I don't remember yours.
On the bike? Oh,
Yeah.
that was good shit, dude.
Also another good segue into. You don't do it anymore these days, but growing up, this was your thing. I remember.
This is my rare hat. Okay, let's officially.
all right.
Okay, so that was last week's. Teaser story. We're moving on.
So not your rare hat, but I wanted it to come up a little more naturally and in flow, and not just be like, well, I have a story, because it is from our childhood, and it is, one of us getting injured in result to the other one being a dick.
We need to have teasers for next episode. So if you want to tease something,
Ouch.
so like if one of us has something we want to talk about that's good to talk about in the here and now, let's talk about it. If one of us has something that's good to tease for next time, this is a show note. That'd be a good thing to do, so that we can.
I can save it for that.
Well, what is it?
I was going to tell the story about the time that, due to your selfishness or negligence,
is
Jamie,
this the ride home?
I got my sprained
Oh
arm.
no,
Yes.
we have a lot of injury stories.
We do, but I have a lot of specific injury stories due
due
to you pushing me to do something I didn't want to do. Usually, I have 3 of those specific stories of me being injured due to you pushing me to do something I didn't want to do. I have 3 off the dome, and I'm sure I can think of more.
That's probably a good. That's probably a good thing to think about and come back with.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, is injuries from our childhood when I hurt you, or when I got hurt, which never happened.
Did you say, did you get hurt?
No, I never did. Not until I was an adult.
I can turn that into a topic right now, and we can spitfire stories and other things. But
Well, kind of along those same lines, the thing I wanted to talk about kind of involves a little bit of your pain.
Emotional or
A little bit of both, emotional and physical.
hit me. I want to hear it.
All right, you ready? Happy birthday to you.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, Russ, thanks for joining in.
Happy birthday.
Really hitting those harmonies, dude.
Happy birthday, dear Steve.
No wonder you have tinnitus. Shit.
Yeah, that's those.
It's the shitty singing.
I wanted to talk about your birthday. You just had a birthday. Happy birthday, man.
Why? Thank you.
And you hit 30.
Dirty 30.
Yeah. We're old. We're old as shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm young.
That's why you're our expert millennial zoomer.
Yeah, sorry, guys. This podcast would have been much better if we just started it 6 years ago.
No, we would have been so immature and terrible, and there would have been no flow, and it would have fallen apart immediately.
Yeah, because that's not exactly what's happening right now. What did you want to talk about with birthdays?
I want to talk about birthdays and bullies.
Together? Or I feel like those are very...
Or like
Separate
birthday
issues.
bullies, like the online thing you can order for people.
What are those?
Is
I
that
don't
a
know.
thing?
I bet it is. Let's look it up.
All right, millennial quarter, yeah. hit us with that fact in a sec, bud.
Yep. I was just thinking of, because I was going to ask you, what was the best birthday you ever had? What was the worst birthday you ever had?
That's a good question.
The reason bullies came up is because I specifically remember when I was a kid having a birthday party with your childhood bully, and my best friend, Colin.
Colin, I'm so glad that you brought him up, but it might be like because it was in my topics of you being a dick growing up and stuff like that.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yeah, like he's one of the bullet points of my injuries due to you.
I don't even know who the fuck Colin is.
Good
You were
thing.
too young. I think you were a little too young to remember Colin. That will be a good teaser for next time. This is good, like it flows together.
So, do you want to segue into that now, or do you want to stick with birthdays?
No, we should stick with birthdays. But when we grow up, Mom always said there are specific age groups that you would get a birthday. You don't get a birthday party every year. You get a birthday party at. Do you remember what the ages were?
8.
8. I could have sworn 8 was one, and for some reason I thought 16 was one. But that's a huge jump. There had to be one in between.
No, I think
You
it
get
was
2 good ones.
13 because you go from 12 to 13. You go into your teens. I remember having one when I was 13.
You do?
Yeah. Well, one of the ones I remember the most, we talked about this a little bit, is one of I came home from football on my birthday, and you and Jamie, I'm talking to Jamie, looking at,
You played football?
Yeah, for
Seriously?
years.
I'm telling you the worst memory.
Oh, yeah. No, I played for quite some time. But I came back from practice on my birthday. I went and showered, and I came out, and my birthday present from both of you guys was McDonald's. And you said, open it fast. And so I did, and I ate it, and it was delicious.
We went to McDonald's, Jamie and I, and we knew that Russell he loved himself some QPs, so we went and got him a couple and wrapped him up.
You did.
So we handed him these warm, squishy.
It was
wrapped-
weird when you handed it to me.
wrapping
It was
paper full
kind
of
of foldy.
cheeseburgers.
What did you think it was?
I thought it could have been poop.
No, I remember you going, it's warm and squishy.
It's warm and
Like,
squishy. I don't like this. And then I liked it. It was good.
It was great. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah, happy birthday. I'm glad that of all the years of birthdays and gifts, you remember the fucking cheeseburger that we
It was good.
I'm surprised that you remember Russell at all. You don't remember him working with us for half a decade? You don't remember him playing football for another half decade?
I played for quite some time.
There's just a gap, an absence of you in Jamie's life somewhere.
Dude,
It's so weird. I didn't even do drugs and can't blame it on that. I have no idea. I just have a terrible memory. But that's why I wanted to do this podcast so we could tell these stories and you could remind me. Then we had a record.
maybe the drugs are why me and Steven remember so much is because we're sitting
I
there
didn't-
doing drugs. But, oh, do you remember that? And we just keep talking about it for years.
I didn't do enough drugs.
There you go.
There it
No
is.
problem. So that was your best birthday? Is
One of
the
my
time?
favorites.
Just one of your favorite birthday memories?
Yeah, for sure. I don't really know if I have like a bad birthday
Good.
memory.
Well, that's a good thing.
That's
I mean, I've had not exciting birthdays, but I mean that just happens when you get older. But I haven't really had a bad one.
We'll fix that. What about you, Steven? Did you have?
I've had plenty of great birthdays. Plenty of great birthdays. She always goes out of her way a lot more than I do, if I'm honest. You know, but she's a good wife. She takes good care of me, but she always makes sure to do something for me. Especially as getting older and older and older, birthdays are less and less important. Especially when they like fall in the middle of the week. You got work and stuff. You know, responsibilities. They're not like childhood birthdays anymore. And I'm very lucky in that sense because she always takes care of me in one way or another. But having said that, she is also responsible for one of my worst birthdays.
Oh no!
I'll leave with that. There was a birthday, pretty good day. We had fun and everything. But that particular day ended with me. I was standing in the snow, and she broke up with me. She broke up with me, well, and got in the car and drove away, left me standing in the snow, in the cold outside, just shivering and sad.
When was this?
I don't remember. It was junior high or something like.
Oh, so it was it?
Yeah, it wasn't like a pivotal, like super, you know, like very strong, important point of our lives where we had a lot of history at that point or nothing. No, but like it was seventh grade. It was pretty
So you're
trivial in comparison, but still.
So it would have been February. So it's wintertime. You're
Yeah.
standing in the middle of this
Sitting in the
driveway,
snow, cold feet, shivering. She breaks up with me and then gets in the car and leaves. And I was just like,
and the camera slowly
yeah,
pans up
pans
and
up
away
with the falling
You're
snow.
standing there in the snow.
Yep. I remember that.
Was it on your actual birthday?
Yeah, it was on my birthday. That day did not end well. But again, I want to reiterate, she's responsible for some of the better birthdays I've ever had too. She has made it up and then some.
Well, you can say that, but I might cut it out.
That's fine. Thanks, babe. I love you.
It's just every birthday you have is a bad birthday. What's the best gift you ever got?
I don't know. It's weird because when you brought that up, like I don't have. It's not that I don't have good birthday memories, but I remember. It's fuzzy. I remember other people's birthdays more than my own. It seems.
Whose?
I remember a childhood friend of mine. He had this birthday party at Peter Piper Pizza, and we went, and it was such a blast for me.
I forgot about Peter Piper Pizza.
It's so
That was
good.
good pizza.
I don't even remember it.
Peter Piper Pizza was like a Chuck E. Cheese type of place, but a little more game,
A little more high class.
a little more high class. Yeah, a little more to it. It wasn't cheap plastic ball pits and stuff like that. It was a lot more video game like
Arcade.
cabinets. Yeah, arcadey, exactly. And I remember just loving that. It was such a good day for me. I don't know how Jeremy enjoyed his birthday, but I had a friggin' blast, bud. And I remember playing all these games we wanted. I remember getting more tickets than Jeremy.
On his birthday?
On his birthday, he was not pleased about that. But then I remember while we were eating pizza, he was opening presents and stuff, and he got this awesome Batman Forever toy, like this sweet Joel Schumacher like Batman jet toy, and it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I went over to his house often to play with it,
With the bat plane?
with the bat plane. It was so cool.
That's awesome.
And see, I remember that like clearly, like it was yesterday. And you thinking back to a lot of my own birthdays, is fuzzy.
That's so weird because we had so many cool toys growing up, and we
had
got so
tons.
many good gifts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so interesting how you remember someone else's birthday party.
Yeah, I remember like bits and pieces of childhood birthdays for me. Like I remember the year that Mom got me the really cool cheeseburger cake that had
Yeah.
cake French fries that you could dip in frosting like fry sauce and stuff.
was-
It was
that
really
was
cool.
rad.
was the year that that our aunt Raylan made me a really cool dinosaur cake. I loved that one.
That was a cool one.
I remember things like that.
I always just remember doing. I just remember having like social faux pas on my birthday and just how embarrassed I was. And there are those like cringy thoughts as you go to sleep at night, like thinking back on them, you're just like, ugh, why am I remembering this right now? I'm trying to sleep. Like one time, just speaking of cakes, Mom asked, what cake do you want? And I was really into like ding dongs and ho-hos at the time. So I was like, just build me a cake out of ho-hos. So
She did. I remember that.
Yeah, pyramid.
That's a good cake.
We went to the Sam's Club and got wholesale boxes of ho-hos, and we made this big old tower.
Yeah.
Stuck candles in it, brought it out, and everybody sang. Family and friends, they were around singing the song. And she says, "Okay, blow out your candles," and I went and spit all over. Because I just remember as being a little kid, like, this is going to be so funny. And everyone's going to laugh so hard that I just, like,
Oh, so it wasn't like an
raspberry all
accident?
over. Nope. I intentionally. And I just remember Mom was like, okay, come on, let's come to the kitchen, help me cut it up. And she came in, she was like, why'd you spit all over the cake? No one's going to want to eat the cake now.
She pulled you aside?
And I was like, oh, yeah. And so she's like, it's a good thing it's made of ho-hos. And so she was able to bring out like individually wrapped ho-hos for everyone and be like, don't worry, these don't have spit on them.
That's
But
funny.
I just think back about that all the time. Is I'm just laying in bed trying to sleep. And I'm like, God, I spit on everyone's cake. And
I spit on the ho-hos.
I was like older too. I was like 11, 12 years old maybe.
I'm gonna use that as like a euphemism for the rest of my life, like who peed in your Cheerios kind of thing. I'm gonna say who spit on your ho-hos.
Spit on your
ho-hos.
ho-hos. That was and I don't know why. Of all the birthdays I had, that's the one I think about the most because it was
That's
like
so
such a
funny.
social faux pas. And I just thought I'd be so funny. I was like, oh, this is just gonna kill it. Everyone's gonna think I'm so funny. Why would anyone think I'm funny for spitting on a cake? Like, what an idiot.
I think it's hilarious.
I'm glad you find it funny now.
Years later, yeah.
Anyways,
funny.
sorry I spit on your cake.
Didn't you guys give me that katana for my birthday once?
A katana?
Did we give you a katana?
A wooden katana?
That's bad. A wooden katana. Did we give him that? Did we go get some like mall ninja shit and give that to Russell?
I'm
for
pretty
his
sure you
birthday
did.
one year?
It had
think
black
so.
lacing, and it was like mahogany. Did you guys remember
Oh,
that?
that's right.
Yeah.
And it was very thick, very
Yeah.
nice.
Was it
wood.
bamboo?
No, mahogany.
Right.
Mahogany?
Mahogany?
Yes, mahogany. Like,
cherry wood.
I know all the wood.
No, it said. Fuck.
It's wonderful.
I'm pretty sure it was mahogany. I don't know. Ron still has it.
Why does Ron have it?
Ron
Your- my
has your
gift.
birthday gift
Yeah.
that we gave you?
Did you re-gift
Well, he-
it or what? Like,
No, he was going through a samurai school. This is real.
What?
Yeah, Ron is.
I'm not surprised. Like Ron, of
Ron is a
anybody that I know in
full-blown
my life,
trained-
Ron would go to samurai
He's a
school.
full-blown trained swordsman, and he used that to practice with.
What?
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
real
actually.
thing. He paid money to be that title.
I want to know how that conversation went down. Like, hey, friend, I'm going to samurai school, and I noticed you had a mahogany katana.
You know,
katana.
but from Ron, it was not weird. He called me and he asked, he's like, "Can I borrow that?" And I was
No,
like,
that's the thing.
"Oh yeah,
Ron
come
is-
on and get it."
Ron is one of the most unique individuals I know, and he has so many
If-
hidden talents.
If it was
And-
anybody else, I'd probably been like, "The fuck?" But with Ron, I was just like, "Oh, that sounds right up your alley." Yeah, dude, come on. Sword's got your name on it.
I had no idea. I had a ninja friend.
Yep, you have a real ninja friend.
he's a legit ninja.
he's a
He
legit-
has there's a
he have-
Japanese
does he
name
have a
for
gi
it.
and everything?
Yeah, a gi. There it is.
Oh man,
He's got a couple gis, black and a white one, and he does the whole. He'll do it.
And he still has your sword?
can I hear
He uses it
your
from
samurai battle chants one more time?
Ciao. I don't speak the language, and I don't do the sword battle, so I don't.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I forgot about that katana though.
Yeah.
I did too.
I know, I'm glad that our mahogany kahana. Oh, why do I keep saying kahana? I'm glad our mahogany
Kahana. Kahana means nobody's left behind.
I have an idea.
What's the deal?
It's a nasty break.
Yeah.
Ah, give us that nasty.
So we took a break to do a nasty just now, and when we do a nasty, we mute our mics so that we can all cough and get our
Cough,
sniffs out.
sniff, fart, whatever.
Yeah, any of those sounds that people don't want to hear right in their ear hole. But as we were off, we had to check on Russell. We had to make sure he was okay, and then we kind of talked about how we're all holding back a little bit because we don't want to be so abrasive. But that's what made our pilot episode so energetic.
Piloty.
And so I think we psyched ourselves out with the whole trying not to.
We did.
Yeah, I feel like personally, whether this part gets included in the podcast or not, I feel like this episode is not as energetic as our pilot episode, and that is not the tone I want to carry forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we set a good standard with that. That was so. I don't even know what it was.
Cursing
It
and
was
stuff
just
aside,
us
it was
jiving.
great. Yeah,
we were just hanging out.
And I think that's what it needs to come back to. We're not making a show. We're doing this just to hang out and tell cool stories. And each time we've started into a story, I've felt that energy come back.
Yeah, the hyper was good, and like
I know we talked about making this podcast for posterity's sake and not
for pasta's sake.
pasta steaks and not
For pasta
pasta
steak?
steaks. Yeah,
That
and,
sounds delicious.
and not to make money and stuff. But I mean, I got a lot of great feedback from people who listen to it that come into the shop or friends and family.
Yeah, me too.
And it set this whole new tone. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I got a lot
I gotta
of good
be a
feedback.
thing.
We
I
got
gotta-
this
I
like,
gotta do that.
blanket of not responsibility per se, but like you said, we're putting this on now. It became more real, and I think, like you said, we've psyched ourselves out.
It's exactly
Wow.
what happened.
We peaked on
peaked
fucking
on
episode
episode
zero.
Our audience.
Didn't you even say that you didn't want that to happen in the podcast?
I did.
Wow.
This is what I opened with today.
We came in guns a-blazing. We gave our best.
That is all we had.
The everything was
That's it.
No,
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks. But
It's been a good run.
Yeah.
Yep, the one and only episode. No, I think we've got it in us. I think we set the wrong tone when we first came in. Because when we first set it up,
Another thing is, I already feel like this episode, in comparison, is turning out to be a lot more reverent and like formal and everything. But one of my favorite things about the last episode is everything was so spitfire, crazy camaraderie.
Yeah.
You know, we have to find that medium.
yeah, it's going to be hard. But that's why I didn't want us to cloister ourselves.
Right. Cloister. That's a Pokemon. That's not a word. That's a Pokemon.
Is that cloister's a word?
Cloister is not a word. You're thinking
Cloister
like
is a
cluster.
word.
Cloister is not a Russell. I want you to Google that right now. Is cloister a word, or is it just a level 50 Pokemon?
What are you typing?
Cloister definition.
All right.
First thing that popped up was Pokemon. No, but cloister is a word. A covered walk in a convent.
A covered walk?
A covered walk in a convent?
Yep, monastery or college.
Please tell me-
Cathedral, typically with a wall on one side.
Please tell me there's a
What if I
second
can say?
definition.
Seclude or shut up. Yeah, that is the second one.
Thank
Seclude
you.
or shut up.
I'm a secondary.
I mean, like, I don't have the world's best vocabulary, but it's okay. Cloister.
I apologize. I've only heard cloister in the context of Pokemon.
That was the third definition.
Read a fucking book. Damn
Whoa.
Zoomers.
Oh, on the topic of that, real fast. Apparently they're called Gen Zs and not Zoomers, but that kid just called himself a Zoomer.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to.
We've never heard Zoomer before. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're back to this now. I had never heard Zoomer before, but I have heard Gen Z.
Yeah.
So, like, where was he getting Zoomer from? Was he just putting any word he wanted after Z?
I guess. I don't know.
We're Generation Z, bro. Who are you to decide?
This kid making up. You can't just make up. Let's do it. Let's make up something right now for our generation. Millennial? I don't like that.
I don't like millennial either.
What should it be? Millennials have a bad rap. All these headlines. Millennials are destroying this. Millennials are doing that. It's just like an insult. I don't want to be a millennial anymore.
We're the betters. The betters.
The betters?
Yeah, I should
So we're
enunciate,
elitists.
Sorry. What? We're the what?
So we're elitists? We're better than everyone else?
Fuck yeah. Sure.
I was going to go the exact opposite. and say
We're the worsers?
generation-
The worsers?
No. Generation anxiety.
Generation. That's kind of true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're the opposite of Zoomers. What would that be?
Slow. Spurs.
I know, I got it. You guys?
What do you got?
Yes, I got it. We're fucking cloisters.
That's a good one.
Generation Cloisters.
Generation cloister.
Hashtag Gen Cloister.
Gotcha.
Got
it.
No more nasties.
We're the cloisters.
I need to get comfy. My back hurts. I feel old. I wake up every morning. I got a click in my foot. I hate it.
You have a click in your foot?
Yeah.
Which foot?
I have a few
My
clicks.
ankle.
Is it? Oh, you're not wearing matching socks. Is your pink Puma
He never
foot
does.
or
I
your
had to be
black
on
sock
time.
foot?
It's not important.
Where's my other sock? It doesn't matter. Grab any sock.
Just get the sock and go.
Get that pink one. It's
These are
pink Puma
Mom's.
sock. You stole Mom's socks?
Before I moved out some years ago, I took all her favorite bike socks.
They're her biking socks
They
even?
were her biking
When was the last
socks.
time you were on a bike?
Well, okay.
I was going to say, there's no lounging socks, no day-to-days.
These are my work socks because they soak up the sweat better. I work hard.
You work sitting at a call center. How much are you?
You're
Wow.
working even less today, just like not saying anything.
Yeah. You wear your work socks to come sit in a chair and talk into a microphone.
It's hard.
It
You gotta get
is.
up and move.
I'm breaking a sweat because you have the fucking window closed. Off the mic, off the show, can we crack the window again?
Oh, dude, I've been waiting to ask you that, but
If you need to do a nasty, if you need to open the window, you gotta fucking say something. I'm not a goddamn mind reader. It's okay, you guys. Who are you texting?
Yeah,
my
seriously?
fiance, sorry.
Read it out loud. Read it to the class.
They asked if I took the dog out this morning, and I said no. I left just as she came down.
You didn't take the dog out?
Well, no, I wanted to be on time. Grabbed the wrong socks, put on my dancing shoes, and I left.
Sorry, Will.
I'm sorry, Will.
What's that from?
That's
Me.
a personal story with Russell. It's one of my favorite things. I quote to him all the time now.
New Year's 2 years ago, Emily said, "Don't get too drunk." Before 10 o'clock, I was blackout, and I ended up upstairs crying and puking for hours. And Will came over, one of our good friends, and he came in, and they were like, "Hey, Will's here to see you." And I didn't see him because I was just puking.
Russell's got his face in the toilet, and he's just in there, and I was standing right behind him, and he's just got his face deep in the toilet. I could only see his ears. He's just like, he's just puking, and everybody's like, "You okay?" and rubbing your back, being a nice, sweet wife, sweet girl, and then he's just like, he goes, "I don't want Will to see me puking. I don't want Will to know I puked." And then Will was already standing behind us. He had just gotten there, and he's like, "Hey, Russ." And Russell, like, he was yelling it before, like echoing through the toilet bowl. He just like, "I don't want Will to hear me puke." And then you just hear behind me Russell, like, "Hey, Russ, how's it going?" And then Russell just goes, "I'm sorry, Will." Like really softly over and over again. "I'm sorry, Will."
Sorry.
Will.
So no, I quote that with him all the time. I love that story.
Oh, I like that one.
It's a good one. Don't drink.
Last party I went to at your house, there's a Russell quote that I have all the time. It was from the Murder Mystery for Emily's birthday. We can say her name, right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yay. Emily.
Emily.
It was the Murder Mystery for her birthday party, and you played. Your character was the knife thrower.
I was.
It was like this circus themed thing. And all night you would say, "That's not a knife.
That's
This
not a
is a
knife."
knife." And so for months I was saying that. "That's not a knife." Anytime a knife was in my life for any reason at all, you go to cut the vegetables for dinner. "That's not a knife." I kept saying it. I never knew what it was from until 2 weeks ago. Someone posted on Reddit some Crocodile Dundee
Yeah.
trailer.
Really?
And it's from Crocodile
It is.
Dundee. I had no idea.
Seriously?
Because I never watched Crocodile Dundee.
when someone has
That
their
was
little
from when
pocket
we
knife
were
and he
kids.
says,
That's a
not
Generation Cloister thing.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Jen Cloister.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I'm still finding those plastic knives around the house that I was throwing.
I love it.
We'll still come across. We're in the process of moving some stuff and packing, and like behind it, whatever that's been sitting there for a few months, it's just like, oh, a pile of knives. It's like, ugh, one of the
That's so
stupidest
funny.
ideas I had to throw plastic knives around.
No, that was the best. Even the Murder Mystery almost took like a sidestep to me. Like, okay, I got to go talk to Russell's character because I need him to say his line.
To throw
and so I
knives.
would just point it and I'd say, "Say it," and then you would do it.
That's not a knife.
Oh, it was too good. It was too good. But I died laughing when I saw that it was from Crocodile Dundee. It's like everyone would look over at me like, "What the hell is he laughing at?" But I never knew.
Yeah,
Man, I'm a bad Jen Cloister.
I'm not original.
Do you remember? This was a wonderful summer for me personally. I want to know if you remember it.
Is this when I set that timer?
What?
Okay, nope, a different time. Sorry.
because you were home too with us. Jamie was technically in charge of us. So I want to know what you both remember from what I'm going to call what I've labeled in my head as the Tybo summer. Does that ring a bell for either of you?
The Exercise movie?
Mm-hmm. You're thinking of the right thing, but like specifically, like it's not like we were supposed to be doing Tybo or anything like that. I think because I remember Jamie, we had these tapes. I don't know whose they were exactly. I just remember it lit a fire under Jamie's ass. He just wanted to be fucking Billy Banks, black ass Billy Banks from Tybo. And so every morning, it was during the summer, and we were just we were staying at home. And Mom said, "Okay, Jamie, you're in charge of it. And you were in charge of making sure we got up, had breakfast, and started our chores. Those were your responsibilities."
Wait, I don't want to interrupt and derail this story.
You're good.
But we are kind of winding down. Is this a good tease for a next time? And we can talk about my rare hat.
This is a great tease for next time. So next time we will talk in depth. And I got a book of them in my head. So many stories that happened in the Tybo summer. Summer of Tybo.
The Tybo, because I totally forgot about Tybo until you said summer of Tybo. I'm like, shit, I did a lot of Tybo when I was. But it sounds like there's more to it than just that. Did it involve me picking on you?
Yeah.
I have a lot of those stories as well. I had some written down.
Well, there's a lot of stuff a lot of things that happened during that summer that also have nothing to do with Tybo, but I just it all collectively happened in this year that is very prominent in my childhood, my memories.
Well,
it was a big summer.
Okay. Yep. Next time. Well, I think that's a good tease for next time. How much I fucking picked on you guys, because that happened a lot, and I'm so sorry.
Too much.
We don't want to bash on you, but the next episode might be a heavy JB bashing episode.
All right. Well,
with Tybo summer, with Colin, with everything.
It's just going to be a tearing a Jamie down episode, isn't it?
I don't. Yeah.
We don't want it to do. Yeah, it will be though.
I guess I'll wear my thick hat. Thick skin, rare hat. Wait, speaking of rare hat, that is one thing I wanted to sign off with. I found pictures of you wearing that hat.
Probably when we were fishing, right?
Yep, from the very time we were fishing.
I did look for it. I looked in my closet just to see if maybe I threw it away or pulled it out of the trash or something like that, but I couldn't find it. Rare hat is gone. It is rare once again.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use the power of our audience. Audience, we need to find this hat. I'm gonna tweet about it. I'll post a picture of the hat. If you find the hat, let us know where we can get this rare hat, because you'll probably never be able to find it. It's probably the only hat that ever existed.
If you're smart about it, you'll find the hat, but you won't let us know. You'll just get all that sweet, sweet rare hat qualm for yourself when you sell it for the big bucks.
It's so rare. Don't give it up to us. But if you're feeling charitable, we would love to have that rare hat back. So I posted pictures of it on our Twitter.
Just in general, I want more audience interaction.
Well,
can we shout out who it was who said?
Just comes to being better.
Do you want me to shout out who it was? Our first genuine hashtag.
Not like their name personally, but like their Twitter handle or something. Does anybody have a easily accessible?
No,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know I don't know what it is.
Well, maybe we'll try to touch
all
base on it for next.
It was Russell's ex-girlfriend.
It was.
Well, we'll touch on it for hit that Twitter handle next time maybe. But I did want to say thank you for being an interactive audience.
Yeah. So as you're listening, hashtag I'm an audience.
Yeah. Let's keep that going. Anybody else who wants to jump on that, please. Well, I want more people. Just let us know. Please let us know you're listening.
I typed it out to see what it looks like, and it looks really stupid because you feel like you've misspelled audience if you do I'm a audience, because I'm
audience.
Yeah, so it looks like you just can't spell, but that's what's really good about it is no one else is using that hashtag. Are you an audience?
Hit us up. Let us know. Hashtag I'm an audience. Let us know you're an audience. Let us know you're listening. That you want to hear more.
Yeah, and what's great about this is now that we've launched our pilot episode. Our podcast is now wherever you get podcasts. So
iTunes, Spotify, Podcast Addict, anywhere.
Yeah, it really is any place. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe. If you think of someone who you think might enjoy this, go ahead and share it with them.
Share it with them.
We're just going to be, this is just us. Just raw, telling stories.
Just a little bit of us.
No, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Don't go too far. Just a little bit. Yeah. But tell everybody that about all these opinions you don't give a shit about.
Yep. opinions, stories. If you have time to listen to a story that you don't really give a shit about, stories, opinions you don't care about.
Smash that like button.
Yep. Smash that like button. Verbally abuse that subscribe button.
That subscribe button.
And insult that share button. But please insult it by sharing because we really need some. Sorry we ran out of merch. It was the hat that Steven threw away. So no merch on our page.
It's coming. We'll get more.
Yeah, we should wrap up. So I guess tune in next week to hear how I'm a big asshole. Hey, either way, even if I'm an asshole, I love spending time with you guys. I love hanging out.
Because there is no time.
There's no time like bro time. And I thanks for setting me up, and then I fucking ruined that. Do you want to give me? Do you want to hit that again? Go ahead.
Because there's no time.
Like bro time.
Hey.
Just Russell's always that afterthought.
Russell's
kind of
Fonzie over here.
Hey.
Even if I was an asshole, it doesn't matter because I'm mom's favorite.
I'm dad's favorite.
And I'm Charlie's favorite.
And this has been No Time Like Bro Time.
Don't do a nasty.
Don't do a nasty.
Do a nasty.